First glance. The hallway encounter that bloomed into love. It was a Tuesday, a normal Tuesday, or so I thought. The hallways were filled with the usual chatter and laughter, students hurrying to their next class, and the occasional sound of lockers slamming shut. I was rushing to my locker late for history class. My mind was preoccupied with the upcoming test and I barely noticed the world around me. Then I saw her, Sarah. She stood out in the crowd like a beacon of light in the midst of chaos. She was laughing with her friends, her head thrown back in pure joy. Her laughter was infectious, and it drew me in like a magnet. Her laughter echoed in the hallway, a sound so beautiful it seemed to make the world a little brighter. It was like time stopped. The bustling hallway faded into the background and all I could see was her. My heart skipped a beat. Who was this girl? I had never seen anyone like her before. I had to know her. There was something about her that captivated me, something that made me want to be a part of her world. From that day on, I couldn't get Sarah off my mind. I found myself daydreaming about her in class, doodling her name in my notebook, and imagining what it would be like to talk to her. The hallways of our high school became our meeting place. Every day, I would look for her, hoping to catch a glimpse of her smile. Stolen glances turned into shy smiles. We would exchange brief yet meaningful looks that spoke volumes. We would talk for hours. We were inseparable. Our conversations flowed effortlessly, and we discovered that we had so much in common. We fell in love, young and innocent. It was a love that was pure and untainted by the complexities of the adult world. Little did I know our story would take a turn I never expected. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect it. We were high school sweethearts, deeply in love, or so I believed. But sometimes love isn't enough to overcome the challenges that life throws our way. Young love, the magic of shared dreams and high school romance. It was a time when everything felt possible, and the future was a canvas waiting to be painted with our dreams. High school was our world. The hallways were filled with laughter, secrets, and the thrill of young love. Every corner held a memory, every classroom a story. Football games on Friday nights were the highlight. Sarah cheering me on from the stands, her voice rising above the crowd made me feel invincible. The energy, the excitement, it was all so intoxicating. Sharing milkshakes at the local diner, our laughter echoing late into the night. Those moments were simple yet magical. We talked about everything and nothing, lost in our own little world. We were living a dream where time stood still and the outside world didn't matter. It was just us, wrapped in the warmth of our love. A dream I thought would last forever. We believed in the fairy tale, in the happily ever after. Our love was pure, untouched by the harsh realities of life. We made promises under the starry sky, vows of forever. The stars witnessed our dreams, our hopes, and our love. We felt like the universe was on our side. We were young, naive, but our love felt real. It was the kind of love that made you believe in miracles and destiny. We held hands, believing that nothing could ever tear us apart. Senior prom arrived, a magical night, the culmination of our high school journey, a night filled with laughter, tears, and unforgettable memories. Sarah was stunning in her blue dress. She took my breath away. We posed for photos, capturing moments that would last a lifetime. We danced, oblivious to the world around us. It was perfect. Graduation came too soon, marking the end of an era. The thought of leaving our high school bubble was daunting. The thought of being apart for college terrified us. We had built our world around each other, and the idea of being separated was unbearable. But we were determined to make it work. We promised to support each other, no matter the distance. Our love was strong, and we believed it could withstand anything. Our love would conquer all. College acceptances arrived, and we celebrated together. It was a new beginning, a new adventure. We both chose the same state university. It was a relief, knowing we wouldn't have to be apart. We were excited to start this new chapter together, to continue our journey side by side. We were excited to start this new chapter together. The campus was our new playground filled with endless possibilities. We explored every corner hand in hand, ready to face whatever came our way. Our love story was just beginning. The future was uncertain, but we had each other, and that was all that mattered. Together, we were unstoppable. College days, navigating new paths while holding on to each other. College brought new challenges and experiences. We supported each other through thick and thin. We navigated exams, late-night study sessions, and part-time jobs, but through it all, our love remained a constant. We were a team. Weekends were for us. Picnics in the park, movie nights cuddled on the couch, exploring our college town hand in hand. Our bond deepened. our dreams intertwined. We were building a life together, brick by brick. It felt solid, unbreakable. We were two halves of a whole. Graduation rolled around, marking the end of an era. We were both filled with anticipation for the future. A future we would face together, hand in hand. We were ready for the next chapter. Unbreakable bond, facing family objections and emerging stronger. Not everyone shared our joy. Sarah's parents were skeptical of our relationship. They voiced their concerns about our future. They questioned my intentions. My family too had reservations. We were from different worlds. They feared it wouldn't last. Their doubts only strengthened our resolve. We were determined to prove them wrong. We loved each other, and that's all that mattered. We fought for our love against all odds. Our bond deepened, forged in the fires of adversity. We emerged stronger, more united than ever before. We were ready to build a life together, a life filled with love, laughter, and family. We were ready for anything, as long as we had each other. Section 5. Vows and Dreams. Our commitment solidified in marriage and parenthood. The wedding day arrived, a beautiful ceremony filled with love and promise. Sarah looked radiant, a vision in white. As we exchanged vows, I knew in my heart this was forever. We were now husband and wife, our destinies intertwined. 2 years later, our joy multiplied. Abby was born, a beautiful baby girl who filled our lives with immeasurable love. We settled into our roles as parents, navigating the joys and challenges with unwavering support for each other. We were a family, complete and overflowing with love. Life was good, I had it all, a loving wife, a beautiful daughter, and a successful career. Or so I thought. The cracks were starting to show, subtle at first, but impossible to ignore. Section 6. Whispers of Doubt. The subtle shifts in Sarah's behavior. Things started to change. Subtly at first, almost imperceptibly. Sarah became distant, preoccupied. The sparkle in her eyes seemed to dim. Our conversations became strained, filled with awkward silences. Her once frequent laughter became a distant memory. She was always busy, working late, attending conferences, meeting friends. My attempts to bridge the growing chasm were met with excuses. A gnawing sense of unease began to creep into my heart. Was it work stress? Was she unhappy? What was I missing? I dismissed my doubts, clinging to the belief in our love. We had built a life together. We had a daughter. Surely our bond was strong enough to weather any storm. But the whispers of doubt persisted, refusing to be silenced. Section 7. Crumbling foundation. Growing distance and increasing suspicion. The distance between us grew wider with each passing day. Sarah's once warm embrace felt cold and distant. Her kisses, once filled with passion, were now perfunctory pecks on the cheek. The late nights became more frequent, the excuses more elaborate. Something was wrong. I couldn't shake the feeling that she was hiding something. My gut screamed at me, warning me that something was amiss. I tried to talk to her, to understand what was happening, but my words were met with defensiveness and anger. One evening I stumbled upon a series of text messages on Sarah's phone. Messages that confirmed my worst fears. Messages that shattered the illusion of our perfect life. Sarah was having an affair, and the other man was no stranger. Section 8. Shattered reality. The devastating confirmation of Sarah's betrayal. It was a moment that shattered my world, a moment that I had never anticipated. The text messages were undeniable, each word a dagger to my heart. The name on the text messages screamed at me. Brandon, my best friend, my confidant. The one person I had trusted with my deepest secrets and fears. The betrayal was not just from Sarah, but from him as well. The man I trusted implicitly. The man who had been there for me through thick and thin, who had seen me at my best and my worst. The man who had stood by my side through every trial and triumph. The man who had shared in our joy, offered support during challenging times, and held our daughter at her christening. He had been a part of our family, a part of our lives, and now he was the source of our pain. The betrayal cut deep, a wound so profound that it threatened to consume me. It was a pain that I had never felt before, a pain that seemed to have no end. Every memory, every moment we had shared, was now tainted by this betrayal. My world, the life I had meticulously built, crumbled around me like a house of cards. Everything I had worked for, everything I had believed in, was now in ruins. The foundation of my life had been shattered, and I was left standing in the wreckage. The pain was unbearable, a suffocating weight that threatened to crush my very being. It was a pain that I could not escape, a pain that followed me everywhere I went. It was a constant reminder of the betrayal, a constant reminder of the love that had been lost. The confrontation was explosive. Tears, accusations, and denials filled the air. It was a moment of raw emotion, a moment where everything came to a head. The truth was laid bare, and there was no turning back. The truth hung heavy between us, a toxic cloud suffocating the last vestiges of our love. It was a truth that could not be ignored, a truth that had changed everything. The love that had once been so strong was now a distant memory, replaced by pain and betrayal. In that moment, I knew our marriage was over, irrevocably broken by betrayal. There was no going back, no way to repair the damage that had been done. The life we had built together was now a thing of the past, a memory that would haunt me forever.